needed an extra 2 days. Come on, Ty Lue. It is what it is. You're right. You're the head coach. You do what's in the best interest. But we know what you did. One or two things. You didn't want to see Portland or you didn't want to see the Lakers. Because if you look at, you're the number 2 seed at one point in time, Skip, and you see what happened, they lost, how many games they lose in their last 10? How Kawhi look the last 20? Man, stop this. I ain't got no problem with it. You want to do, you do what you do. Like you said, you're the head coach. You do what you believe in the best interest of your team. But we saw what you did. I just read the report. Some executives, NBA executives, was looking around like, hold on, I don't know what the hell they were running the last couple of games. I don't know what that was. I do. He ain't want to see them boys. Everybody talking. Everybody want to talk. Everybody, I want to fight Mike Tyson. Give me Iron Mike. And then 90 seconds into the match, into the first round, they up out of there. Everybody want to talk about what they want to do until it's time to actually do it. And then I want somebody else to knock the Lakers off. No, you do it. You did all that chirping. Oh, well, Kawhi and I gonna do this, and Kawhi and I gonna do that, and the 2-1-3. Do all that chirping. Really? But at some point in time, Skip, you gotta pull that thing up and then, let's go. Ty Lue, you're right. This is your ball club. You do coach as you see fit. But we know. We know what you did.
All I can say is go, Ty, go. I loved what he said because he stuck it right back in your face and all the critics' faces, all the Laker Nation faces, who actually believed that they were trying to duck and dodge the Lakers.
They were, or Trailblazers. They wanted the Mavs. You know it. You know it.
They wanted the Lakers in the first round. They are so vulnerable right now because La Ankle is still limpy-gimpy. You know it, and I know it.
But you just said he was 100%.
No, well, he was a full participant, so he's, in my book, he's 100%. I don't want to hear anything about it. But if you're going to get them, they have had very few reps together, he and Big Penguin. So now is the time. Obviously, the deeper they get into the playoffs, if in fact they survive to go deep into the playoffs, I'm not sure they're going to get by Phoenix, but we'll see how that works. The point is they get an easy draw tonight against Steph, and then the playoffs start. But again, if they go deep in the playoffs and get to the conference finals and face the Clippers in the conference finals, then they're going to be tougher because they're going to be better. They're going to have more reps together. They're probably going to get a little healthier and a little more cohesive at that point. And so obviously you're not trying to duck and dodge the Lakers. And you know what
you trying to do then?
It's exactly what he said. And by the way, the other quote was from Ty Lue yesterday. If you look at our Cleveland days, I think he was coaching this guy named James. Remember that?
Yeah.
None of our starters played the last 2 games of the season, said Ty Lue, the former Cavaliers coach. He says, we took health, and that is the most important thing to me. Right now, presiding over the Clippers as their advisor, their overseer, is the great Jerry West, who once had the foresight to draft Kobe Bryant, or at least trade in the first round.
Yep.
And Jerry West is nobody's fool. Lawrence Frank is nobody's fool. And certainly Ty Lue is nobody's fool. They knew exactly what they were doing. They wanted health. They will take health over rust any day. They don't care who they're going to play. It doesn't matter what seed they are. They can be the mustard seed because the tree is going to grow.
Hold on. So you said Ty Lue said, to go back check his Cleveland days? It's funny that you said that, Ty Lue, because that's what I did. In 2016, Ty Lue played his starters the second to the last game of the season in order to clinch the #1 seed, then sat once they clinched it. In 2018, the starters played every game down the stretch, but was only the first quarter of the final game because it was meaningless because they had the 4th seed. I'm glad you mentioned that, Ty Lue. I'm glad you say go back and check your Cleveland days because that's exactly what I did. Because I had a feeling you might do that. So let me get this right. So Paul George and Kawhi weren't healthy. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have played 6 straight games since he returned from his foot injury. Kawhi did. Paul George played 9 straight games. So they weren't healthy.
Nope, they're not.
But LeBron James been out for 8 weeks. He's healthy. You see what you did there? I knew you was gonna do that. Ty Lue, you right. You the coach, but don't you try to fool us. Don't you try to do that. Don't you feed me mustard greens and tell me they look at collars. I know the difference between my greens, and those are mustard greens you feed me, not collards.
I'm going to quote the great William Shakespeare by saying, "You doth protest too much," because all this protestation from you, all this cynicism, all this skepticism means that you are afraid of the Clippers. That's what it means.
No, Skip. I play ball. I mean, I have to stay up and watch League Pass. I got to stay up and watch the game. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let me see what Kawhi and PG and Pat Bam, Pat Bam, the third most important player. Let me see what they're going to get. And then I see the line, DNP, coach's decision.
Yep.
What? I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I got to stay up. I paid for this. The NBA should have to reimburse me some of my money because I did not pay to see no Terrence Mann and some guys I never heard of when you got two healthy guys. Because, Skip, you know what this is all about. You remember that movie? I Know What You Did Last Summer. I know what you did last summer. You know what they did too. Nothing. They laid an egg. And that's what's hanging over. And they want to get that nasty taste out of their mouth. And they want to start with an easy one. They wanted to start with the Mavericks. They wasn't trying to see Portland and Dame and CJ. And they definitely didn't want to see them big guns out in LA. You know that, I know that, and I don't care what Ty Lue say. And I like Ty Lue. Ty Lue, good people.
Yeah.
But you know what he did. Everybody knows what they did.
Who was the coach last summer in the bubble? Was it Ty Lue? Help me out.
He was on the bench.
No.
He was on the bench.
He wasn't the head coach.
He was on the bench.
Was he the head coach?
He was on the bench.
No, sorry. I'm happy for Doc Rivers. He's in the right place at the right time.
Right.
And they're going to be
the two guys, glad you said that, because them two guys right there, they quit on Doc. They quit on Doc and got him up out of there.
Okay.
They didn't speak on Doc's behalf.
Who was the unsung MVP of the Los Angeles Lakers in the bubble? It was playoff Rondo. You would not have won without playoff Rondo, and he chose to be a Clipper. They finagled it beautifully, where he got his money and went to Atlanta for half a year, and he knew exactly what was coming. They would trade Sweet Lou, Lemon Pepper Lou, straight up to get Rondo right back to the Clippers where he belongs.
That's okay.
I now have a quarterback. I now have a leader who will get in their faces and say, no, not tonight.
But your wide receivers aren't too good.
Yeah.
You had the best quarterback in the nation.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom Brady had quarterbacks in New England. Had receivers this last year in New England. How they look? He went down to Tampa and got a Super Bowl with better receivers.
I've got the deepest team in the NBA. I got a three-headed monster in the post. I've got Big Zoo. I've got Serge back and strong. And I got DeMarcus Cousins looking like Boogie again.
What happened?
You're in big trouble.
No, I'm not in trouble. I ain't worried about nothing.
Trouble.
You keep on talking about, I got the deepest bench. Nobody cares about how deep the ocean is, Skip, if you ain't got no beautiful fish or no coral in it.
Yeah.
Y'all got nothing. When you see, keep that energy.
Nothing.
Keep that energy.
Who led the league in three-point shooting? Help me out. It was a record-setting year for three-point shooting, but who led the league? It wasn't you guys, because you guys were abysmal.
Well,
I think you ranked 28th in the league.
Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Clippers led the league in three-point shooting.
Led the league in three-point shooting. Led the league in free throw shooting.
Thank you.
And you only finished fourth? What kind of overtime is this?
We are completely whole and completely healthy, and rust be damned. Don't care about rust, care about health.
That's good. So in other words, you telling me you led the league in passing, touchdowns, and completion percentage, but you had the 17th best offense in football. Something not computing. Now, I ain't got no good computer in my head, but something ain't computing right now, Skip.
We can make threes and free throws, and we can make them in clutch time as opposed to your guys.
You, Skip, you know y'all one of the worst clutch teams in basketball. No. Yes, you are. You are.
Watch what happens with Rondo.
I need to watch. I watched the regular season, and the numbers say you're one of the worst clutch teams in basketball. Even though you make great, you have a high percentage from three. You shoot great from the free throw line. But when the rubber needs to meet the road, we put that pressure on you. And that's what we do. We apply pressure. We don't, some things say gently apply pressure. That is what we do. We come out with that anaconda trope.
Who coached LeBron James to his most unlikely championship? It was Ty Lue.
Well, Skip, you know that's what we do. If you want to be the first, your first championship, come see us.
Yeah.
Eric Spoelstra, always beholden to us. Ty Lue, beholden to us. Frankie V, beholden to us. That's what we do. We would have got David Blatt, one of his, but he got in the way, and so we had to get him up out of there. That's what we had to do. But your day coming. The day of reckoning is coming. Sooner or later, Skip.
It is coming.
Sooner
and
or
I
later.
cannot wait for it.
I just
I
don't.
wanted it to be in the first round,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't cooperate. You guys just tanked.
I just don't know how you get to the East Coast by driving if you don't take the 10. I just don't know how you do it. So if you want to go to the NBA Finals, I just don't know how you do it without coming to see upstairs. You got to come upstairs, Skip, because ain't no doors in the basement. You got to come upstairs. Knock nicely.
Yep.
And then we're going to throw your butt out.
We've been upstairs all year.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You're scared.
Yeah.
You're scared. Because we came back and found out somebody might have been in our kitchen. And like, hold on, who been in the kitchen? And y'all talk, it wasn't us. I don't know what happened. We stay in our place. You're exactly where you should. Stay in your place. But your day coming. You doing all this chirping. Everybody doing all this chirping. Don't think we didn't hear PG. Oh, they slander my name. I'm on their necks. I'm on their necks. And then we'll throw up them goofballs. Side of the backboard. His day coming too. And look at Kawhi. What Kawhi did the last 20 games, Skip? How many 20-point games he had? I think 2? 2? For Kawhi?
Saving it for when it
saving
counts.
what? They don't say nothing. What you saving the date for?
So-
this ain't no wedding.
So you're
this
saying
ain't no big agreement.
You're like Goldilocks. Somebody's been sleeping in my bed. Is that right?
No, we got nothing.